Now, before that, at the unfeasibly tender age of just 2 days old, King Elyon Hutchinson made medical history as the youngest patient in the world to have a pacemaker fitted.
Now, 3 years on, he's a fighting fit, bubbly little toddler, bags of energy, and he's been the inspiration for a non-profit organisation that supports families of children with heart conditions. It's all been set up by his mum, Sherelle. Ronke Phillips caught up with her and her little fighter.
At just 3 years old, King Elyon is a champion in more ways than one. When he was just 2 days old, he became one of the youngest babies ever to have a pacemaker fitted. Today, he's a picture of health.
They had to put it in his stomach this way when he had it because he was too tiny for it to actually go in his chest. Yeah, he had an external one put in at 2 days old because they wanted to see if the body would react to it, then to go through such a major procedure, and then his body rejected it.
King spent several weeks recovering from the major operation, and for a while his parents weren't sure if he would even survive.
There was never a day that we never fought, because they did say that to you, you know, even though he's had the operation, it's still touch and go. Sometimes it still brings tears to my eyes because you just can't believe this is what your son's, you know, what your child's gone through, for anybody really.
These days, King is as energetic as any other 3-year-old. In fact, watching him play with his brothers and sister, it's hard to believe he was ever so ill. We thought King was going to be a bit slow because of all what he's been through, the operations and stuff and medication. But King is very, like you said, any other normal 3.5-year-old. He's very advanced. He's you know, he can do a lot for himself already. And he speaks very clear at 3.5. So yeah, we're very happy to have King. Sherelle and her husband say they owe their son's life to surgeons at the Royal Brompton Hospital, where he had his pacemaker fitted. And they're so grateful they've now set up a charity to support other parents in similar situations.
You know, the Elyon's Heart Foundation is set up because of Elyon, but it's not for Elyon. It's for children with heart disease and their families, to offer the support and you know, advice and information that we can give, and directing them in the right direction, and to you know, show that they don't need to go through it alone, because it is a very hard and troubling time. But we are very lucky to have King around, and we just really are thankful for the Royal Brompton and Dr. Dill and her team.
Ronke Phillips, London Tonight, Enfield.
Little beauty. Now then.